Hey everybody, welcome to the Flourgoldwizards channel. I'm Jason, a part-time gold prospector, full-time adventurer. This is such an adventure. Well, today we're going to do a little bit of gold mining. I brought a sluice along today and a classifier and a great attitude. And as you can see, let me pan around here a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of ice to deal with. We do this all winter long, piece of cake. But the ice can be deceiving. Now I'm standing on the ice and I can go out here and out here, right out in the middle here. Now, I'm way out in the middle, standing on the ice. But you got to watch where you walk. See how it goes from where I can stand on it to absolutely not, real quick. You're right here, I'm standing on it, and I go 4 inches, and you're not. So it pays to be careful. Always be careful. You fall in this water here, well, and you're going to be in big trouble. That is for sure. So I think what we're going to do is see where we can work. Now, what I want to do, let me get up on this shelf here, do a little walking. What I want to do is work right down in there, because we've been doing pretty darn good in that area there. And I do see some water, and it looks like it's moving. Let me put that into 3. See that right there? Looks like it's moving a little bit. Yes, I think we're going to be in business. That should go right down. Whoops, boing. That should go right down and into that area right there where we want to work. So I'll go ahead and I'll smack my shovel around a little bit. See if I can bash through some of this stuff. Kabash. Whoa, that's deep too. And we'll see if we can't get a few buckets out of here. Now, as you can see, we've got a pretty good sized area of ice cleared out of the way, so we can go to town doing some classifying, get a few pails filled up and run it over our sluice, which we'll set up in a little while. But you always still want to do a test pan or do some sort of a test to make sure you're actually shoveling gold into your pail or on your sluice or in your pan. So we're going to do what's called a test pan. Basically, here's a gold pan. Grab some of this here dirt, stick it in there, then you pan it out, see if there's any gold in it. Piece of cake. Now when you're test panning, it pays to pay attention to the material that you're working, because the material will change from spot to spot in any given body of water for the most part. Now, I noticed that there's some brown clay in here and some gray clay, and it's the good sticky kind too. There's some gravels and sand mixed right in with it. And that stuff will definitely retain gold. So I'm going to make note of that before I pan this out. And then we're going to, well, pan it out. All right. You big old slimer. Make sure you get that stuff good and shaken up. Bust up some of that clay. Pull out the big rocks. Liquefy. Make sure you get all the gold, if any, out of that clay right there. There we go. Now, classifier will make this a little bit easier, but I don't plan on doing too many darn test pans. I'm pretty sure there's gold here. No, unless somebody came down here and and they got all of it, but I doubt it. And doing this affords you the opportunity to check for cool rocks. I know there's some cool rocks and that stuff right there. But we're going to be out here all day. And I just want to get this going. I want to get my sluice up and running. Who knows how long we'll be able to work this spot right here. That ice is already 4 inches thick. Once she starts getting 10, 12 inches thick, well, then you got to come down here with a chainsaw. All right, I got that down quite a ways. Let's see if there's anything in there. All right. Oh my goodness. There is all kinds of gold in there. I didn't even do this very well yet, but you can see there's 20 plus pieces right there. Let me get this all the way cleaned up. Oh, this is really going to be good. And I'll see if I can get this up close and personal. We're in the money. Look at that. That was not a heaping pan by any means. That is a pretty good pile of gold right there. And they're not all tiny little eeny weeny dots like that one. Those are some darn nice pieces right there. And we have gotten pickers out here in the past, along with some really nice looking wiry gold and the possibility of diamonds. That's right, diamonds. So I'm going to get my classifier going here, and we're going to fill up a bunch of pails and set up our sluice. We're 100% sure there's great gold here, so let's do it. All right, now I've got 4 pails right here in my big tote. I've got my sluice set up, and today I brought just a straight body sluice, no flare. I'm doing a little bit of experimenting with different sluice styles and whatnot. This is my, well, without a flare test. All right, as a matter of fact, this is my top section for my high banker that I use when I'm beach mining right here. I use that too. So I'll just go ahead and throw some of that on there. I don't have a whole lot of pitch in this system, but it is dancing. You should see these things dancing around. Look at that. Hopefully that shows up on the camera as well as I can see it. I mean, these babies are really moving around, and you want that. You want everything to be moving around in there, exchanging all that blonde light material for heavy black and gold. Heavy black material and gold. And I have my indicator mat up top there, and I have seen a few specks stick to it, and they just kind of go sliding on down and get trapped in the sluice. So let me feed a bunch of that on there, and we'll pick this up when if we see anything fantastic on there, or we'll just do a cleanup and see what we got in the pan. God darn nose is running faster than I can lick it. Holy cow. Oh, we're in business. Yeah, there's a piece of gold right there. Oh, there, I went skipping by. But you get the picture. Maybe we'll get a picker on there. Now, usually, I'm down here with my mining partners, Rigby and Rex. Well, Rigby's been getting just a little bit stiff for the last couple of weeks. Now, I don't want him sitting out here on this cold ground. And it's a little bit colder than I even thought it was going to be. And Rex, he just wouldn't get in the truck without Rigby. So I was all by myself today. But I think somebody might be coming. And another test. I have a pan right underneath my sluice here. And I'm going to catch a bunch of that material coming off the end just to see if we're losing anything. It's maybe a small half or so full, but we'll go ahead and we'll pan that out just to see if we're losing anything off the sluice. Because by testing down there, we were able to determine that we definitely are shoveling plenty of gold into those buckets. Now, if there's any gold in this pan, then there's something wrong with our sluice system. So hopefully there's not. All right, now this stuff here is classified material. It's relatively easy to pan. It's all under 3/16 of an inch. As long as you keep that material good and fluidized, the gold will have no problem falling through that stuff. It's not fighting for any large rock space or anything like that because the gold is quite small. And I've done this 3 or 4 times already in my life, so I can pan through this stuff fairly quickly. And we've got that stuff down to these real dark, heavy looking rocks. So I'll be able to pull that back right now and see if there's anything in it at all. Come on, nothing. and not one speck. Not one speck. So we're doing well. I know there's gold on that sluice because we've got a pretty good pile on there. That's right, not one speck. It's all on that sluice. Awesome. That's exactly what you want. That's my favorite part right here. Once you know your system is working and you're working on decent gold, crack a beer, scoop on your sluice, and enjoy your day, even though it's starting to rain a little bit. Well, if you're going to be a miner and a prospector, be prepared to get out of bed at 4 in the morning, maybe earlier, each and every trip. Right, Ryan?
Right.
Unless it's today.
Yep.
Well, it's 10:30. Well, I'm still over there feeding my sluice, so he's going to pick up where I left off. Get all that overburden off there for me. Oh, boy. All right, we've got our 4 pails run. Now, when I say pails, I'm talking, a little over half full 5-gallon pails. So maybe 2.5 level pails of concentrated material. So I'll just throw a little bit of water in my tub here. Set that off to the side. All right, now upon inspection, I see all kinds of gold in the top 6 or 12 inches of that mat, this sluice right here. It's really looking good. And I see some of those wiry pieces we were talking about before. So I'll go ahead and I'll grab this. We'll get it right over here to my tub. We'll do a cleanup. Just like that. Grab a little water. There we go. There, that looks pretty darn clean. Hey, maybe a little bit at the bottom. We'll get that. There. Let's see what's in that puppy. All right, we'll pan into this tub right here. We'll just do a quick pan so I can get back to digging. I'd like to run as much material as I can today. And we got a really good amount of black sand in there. Yes, indeed we do. So I'll go ahead and pull this back as quick as possible. Hopefully we can see something really good. And here's the in the field results. Not bad. Not bad at all. There's a good little pile of gold right there. Let's see if I can get that tapped up. Nope, it's floating. But heck yeah, that's pretty good. We did a quick pan in that tub, and I'll bring all those concentrates home. Because Rigby and Rex are going to be excited too. You don't want to waste all day long out here trying to get every speck out of that black sand. So we're going to get back to shoveling up the stream here, or down the stream, creek, whatever. We're going to get some more of that stuff right there. Right, Ryan?
You betcha.
You betcha. Oh, look, twins. These are the best classifiers in the world. I made them. That there's Jocelyn, that there's Russell, or one or the other. I have a video out on them. World's best, that's for sure. So I think we're gonna do something just a little bit different than fill up pails again. I like panning too, so I'm gonna take pan here, and my bucket of concentrates. I dumped all that concentrate in there. We'll get that home. And I'm going to classify into a pail. Then I'm going to dump it all into a pan and get it down to next to nothing. And then dump it in there. Just for something to do. We've got a nice hole going here. So we're going to do that right now. I'll be able to do this pretty darn quick. Matter of fact, I think I could probably process material faster this way, panning it and getting it down close and just dumping it into a 5-gallon pail and bring it home and clean it all up there than I can going through all this and running it up there, because it took probably close to an hour to run all that material over my sluice. That sawtooth mat is kind of a passive mat. So you got to feed it a little bit slower than you typically would a dream mat or a VDR mat or something like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of panning on this beautiful sunny day. All right, now that's about as far down as I'd want to take it out in the field if I want to really get some material moved out here to bring home. And I can see that there's gold in it, 100% up at the top there. But if we're never going to get the numbers if we don't put in the time. And I see my battery's getting a little low on my phone. So we're going to give this spot a big old black eye. And then we're going to hop in the truck and get back and see my main man, Rigby, and my second main man, Rex. Back in a bit. Hey, we made it back. That was a long ride, huh, buddy? Yeah, it's nice to see you. Yes, it is. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, let's get down to business. Here's all our concentrates right here. Now, this is from one run over the sluice. It was, I don't know, 2 full 5-gallon pails level plus a little bit. And we did an awful lot of panning after my battery on my phone ran out. And we just basically got it down to where you would probably pull back and see if you got any gold at all. And I did take a couple of sneak peeks, and we were really doing some, we were on some good gold. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to classify this stuff up and pan it out separately, because that's just the easiest and bestest way to do it. All right, doesn't that look tasty? Oh yeah. So I'll go ahead and I'll just dump that right on there. I got this classifier set from High Plains Prospectors. They have all kinds of awesome equipment. These things really do come in handy, let me tell you. We'll go ahead and give that a smacking. Matter of fact, I'm going to dump a little bit of water in there. A lot of that stuff is still, it was damp. There we go. Just like that. There. All right, now I'll just take some water and I'll splash it all over all this material right here. Just like that. Piece of cake. Now this classification is ready to go into a pan. Just like that. We'll go ahead and pan that out. I'll just put a little bit of water in there, like such. Now, this stuff's pretty large. I wouldn't expect to find anything in this material at all. And I'm right. I wonder if there's any magnetics in there. Where's my magnet? Holy cow. Definitely, that's some heavy, heavy material right there. All right, let me continue the process and we'll see if we wind up with something good. But first things first, take a little gander in the old fridge of wonder here. Yeah, we got enough to get rid of the shakes anyway. Take a look at everybody's awesome stickers. Everybody's so kind enough to send me. We really do appreciate those stickers. Oh yeah, some great people on there for sure. Dun, 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 dun. All right, next size down, which I would consider legitimate picker size. I didn't find any gold in it, but there are lots of magnetics in it. Again, see that? And I did yank out some pretty good looking garnets, which I have under my Tom Law microscope already. And there they are, pretty fantastic looking. Got some really nice translucent ones right there for sure. And what I thought might have been possibly a little diamond or something, I believe is just a little piece of clear quartz all rounded up. But they're nice looking garnets for sure. They got some nice rosy color. All right, so we'll move on to our next size. All right, we're all cleaned up. Now, most of the gold was down at that real low classification. Probably most of it was just over 100 mesh. And we have it here in underneath my microscope. I left those big garnets in there just because they're so darn cool looking. But here's the gold. No chunkers today. No pickers, no feelers. A couple of nice size flat flakes, but nothing I could feel today, which is unfortunate. God darn it. But I tell you what, we sure had fun anyway. Good looking stuff. Well, we sure had fun on our first ice mining trip of the year. Ice was 3-4 inches thick, nothing we can't handle. We've dug through worse. We'll be back out there soon enough. Hopefully I can get Rigby a nice big warm jacket and he'd come along too. Rex just didn't seem to want to come without Rigby. But that's just fine. Those two are best little buddies. So until the next episode, like, share, subscribe. Please do leave a comment. It helps build our channel. Check out our Patreon page in the description box below. Flourgoldwizards out. You know Rigby's not going to be around forever. You got to start carrying your weight around here. You too.